Well, that was that then. What, you don't seriously think I'm going to spoil it right now, do you? That's right everyone, the final episode of Super, episode 131, just rolled along and, goodbye to all that. Miraculous Conclusion. Farewell, Goku, until we meet again. Oh, there you are, Goku, how you doing? Yeah, we know it's not going to be long until we see him again, really. Thank you all so much for all of the fan art that they put into last week's challenge, hashtag Migate no Thingy. This broke the records by a mile, over 200 entries. There were just too many to put into this video, but I'm going to try and get as many as I can, but just be warned that the ending part of this video is going to be pretty long, so stay tuned until the end to see if your selection got picked for the video. And for those of you wondering, I will be giving out another fan art challenge, but it will be saved for a dedicated video. Where we last left off, the fight between Goku and Jiren went down to the wire to see which one of the two had the truest of true powers. Well, it kind of basically turned out it was Goku. Goku was going to win. That is until he metaphorically bled out from the back, having it tingle too much, as it were. It's okay, kids, there wasn't any real blood. Goku was down and out, but it turns out that Frieza, shocker, survived. And then Android 17, shocker, was around too. So with 30 seconds remaining in the tournament, Jiren's got to take out 3 Universe 7 goons. It's a pretty tall order. And I bet at this point, Vegeta's up in the stands just going like, huh, I should be down there too. Given how they're giving cop-outs like their cereal, it's like a cop-out bargain sale. And you know things are serious when you don't hear the usual episode jingle, and instead get a more serious overtone, and a different actual change of location. This time, we're not looking at the arena as a whole, we're looking at just the pillar, broken up amidst all the rubble. It's a really nice touch, and I love the fact that Super's been doing this in the second half of the series. It just really adds a sense of gravitas and a sense of occasion to it all. Nice touch. As the episode begins, Goku is currently resting, and Frieza's being chastised by the likes of Jiren for breaking moral ethics and dragging Goku back into the fight, even though he really cannot be doing much right now. This is Frieza we're talking about. This is him being nice. Oh, trust me, it's what the monkey would have wanted me to do. Meanwhile, Goku's been punched around so much he can see through time. Frieza is quite clearly trying to eat up some time by basically asking dumb questions in front of Jiren, which is sickening him even more. But, Jiren, you're one to talk given moral ethics and codes and stuff like that by almost destroying the grandstands just to make a point to Goku that friends are absolutely useless. Yeah, I think you can be quiet now. I think Frieza's situation right now is far more merciful and thoughtful. Wow. I never thought I'd actually hear myself say that. This tournament right now is just full of surprises. Sure enough, the tyrant's confidence is that he cannot sense the true power of Jiren anymore, and that gives him the right to just be a jerk towards him. He reckons that Jiren will only beat on him somewhat severely, instead of into the middle of next week, and at this point the Emperor will take that mild beating by comparison. However, the way that Frieza goes on about it by basically dragging his past right into the present right now and giving him like, oh, you're so weak, I'm going to be as evil as the guy that destroyed your family. Dude, you don't say that. That clearly is going to rub Jiren up the wrong way, and he immediately attacks. We actually get some of Frieza's screeches, which is actually a welcome sound if you think about it. It's very Dragon Ball Z. I missed that. And as to be expected here, and actually throughout the entire episode, the animation is on point here. They had their best staff on this, and it shows. Everything is polished, and everything looks really good. There's not really a dull moment or any kind of moment I went like, that doesn't look quite right. It was a really good and well put together package. The mood is really set out here, with Frieza and Jiren fighting amidst all the dust. It seems like they're actually inside the Dust Bowl instead of being right next to it, which is really different for Super. In fact, different for Dragon Ball. And we quite clearly see that Jiren's stoic nature is no longer present. He is being rattled by everything that Frieza says, which wasn't the case just a few episodes ago. This right here, everyone, is Jiren's true power. Emotions! Frieza then again goads him, and a nanosecond later, immediately regrets his decision. And it seems quite clear at this point that Frieza's regretting having a tail, because it gets him into all sorts of trouble. And I think the Pride Troopers have really exploited that tremendously in this series. But Frieza ain't got time for any of that, because he's about to turn Jiren into a literal rock sandwich. The big guy ain't too happy there, but I think he should be, because it's got plenty of meat and roughage in that sandwich. 17 then jumps in with a psych out ki blast and then the barrier going up around him. And at this point, I'm just thinking, I've seen so many attacks done on Jiren, they absolutely do nothing. I bet that this attack's going to do absolutely nothing as well. Oh, it actually did something. Oh wow, Jiren's coughing up spit, which for a kid's show is kind of a big deal. However, the entire grandstand pulls the same anime trope of, they did it! Oh, I knew they would! I didn't expect this. Even Universal 11's getting in on the action, and I'm just thinking, guys, stop doing this, because Jiren's gonna get back up again somehow. But this time though, they do drag it out a little bit more than they usually do, so I'll give them credit for that. Credit where credit's due. It's actually choreographed really well, to be fair, because, you know, even the Pride Troopers look despondent. Toppo silently clenching his fist, Frieza going in and saying, "Oh, I was right, you suck, Jiren, I'm so awesome." Frieza is then about to do his thing, but then Toppo steps up and gives his old justice and pride rhetoric. Yay! Toppo's back to normal, I'm so happy. He tells Jiren that, "I'm not gonna tell you to fight for your friends because you don't believe in that. Just fight for your pride and what is true to you." And that actually does get through to Jiren. No wonder why Jiren's been so fascinated with the likes of the Saiyans, Goku, and to a lesser extent Vegeta, because in a way, they fight for the same thing, pride in themselves. Frieza's hubris is checked and Jiren powers right back up again, and it's just a wall of solar energy that Frieza and 17 have to block against, and they're doing all they can to not get incinerated. Dang it, Frieza, I'd expect better from you. Usually it's Vegeta that lets the enemy stand there and power up, or Goku. You're basically becoming everything you've ever hated. It's kind of ironic in a way. Jiren's flare-up is eating away at the pair's energy, with Frieza literally falling out of his golden form in a really eloquent way, and it's really unusual. Instead of just simply powering down, the energy in the gold aura just melts away. Of course, Goku's not around to help them right now because he's just busy being all injured and stuff, but I get the feeling he will turn up around this point. Oh, look at that, he does! And he's actually got some energy back. Good old instant transmission and stealing other people's attacks is what Goku does to save the day. He turns to 17 and basically goes, "Good job, 17. I'ma take your attack now, K. Jiren is happy to see Goku again and gives him a welcoming back present of extra energy to deal with. Well, I'd have accepted a welcome back card, but alright. In a move akin to the family Kamehameha from movie 10, the three of them actually get enough power up to try and negate the Jiren wall of energy, and it works. Jiren seems to be really happy about it. A little too happy if you ask me. I don't think I like Jiren with emotions anymore, guys. This then jumps into the ultimate final spat, with Goku and Frieza working together against Jiren, something that Krillin points out to everybody concerned, and we get an awesome cutaway to Vegeta just going like, I don't know how to or he's basically crashing right now, as in he doesn't know what to think of this. The fight continues in its own way, and there's just more beautifully animated sequences. I could go on forever about this, but I'm going to try and keep this bit short. You need to watch the episode to see it, because it's absolutely wonderful. It's like 130 in a way. It's just all smooth, it's gorgeous. It's probably Yuya Takahashi's doing his own wonderful stuff. It needs to be seen to be believed in this case. But it all comes together with the pair of them, Goku and Frieza, sacrificing themselves, dragging Jiren down, and 17 just standing there and thinking, did I win? Yep, sure enough, Universe 11 is done for, and Jiren is just there looking injured, but Toppo's right there, giving him another pep talk and saying, "You know what, we're still by you no matter what you did," and Jiren's not understanding why, but he's got friends and he knows it. But then Goku chips in saying, "You're really cool. I want to fight you again sometime. We'll make it happen." And then Jiren smiles, the Universe 11 Pride Troopers, they disappear, and yeah, it's all done. The GP then descends towards where Android 17 is stood and asks him what he would like to wish for. And then, out of all the rubble of the arena, the Super Shenron Dragon is right there. And this shot of him amidst all the carnage of the arena and the grandstand or what's left of it, beautiful shot. It's way more effective than all the motion tweens we got in episode 41. Way more effective, and a better sense of scale. What is 17 going to wish for? Is it going to be the cruise? Well, it looks like he's having an about face. It turns out that 17 wishes for all of the erased universes to be restored. Yeah, I knew that would happen, but it's good to see that from 17. He's like, yeah, I'd better not be a douche about this. Oh well. But then the GP's all smiling, going like, I was right to trust Universe 7 after all. The dragon does his thing, disappears, and then every single universe is brought back to life. We get little cutaways from most of the universes, but of course we start with Universe 6, Caulifla, Kale, Kaba, Champa, and naturally we cycle through them all. We see Goasu, because he's the only person from Universe 10 that actually really matters. But then we end with Universe 11 naturally, with them looking up to the skies, and Toppo saying, you know, let's go and kick Universe 7's butt one more time together. And then Jiren's just smiling because he's understanding, maybe we should actually make friends for once. Good on you, mate. Now this is character development. And you know what? I think this is the good place to actually have our last fan art challenge. Send your fan art to me over at my Twitter at MasakoX with the hashtag a super thank you. And you know what? Instead of something from this episode, draw me something that was your favorite scene or moment from the series. I want your opinion, and we'll share this in a dedicated video going forward, because I think we all need to say thank you to Dragon Ball Super for re-engaging the entire community. And this is a good way to share that. So give me your best shot, and we'll feature it sometime soon. Good luck. Everyone makes their peace. 17 just laments the fact that he doesn't get to have a cruise, so you have to wait a little bit longer. And then Frieza's saying, oh, well, you should just send me to hell because I know you're going to break your promise. But then Whist does an about face and just goes, boop. And yeah, he can resurrect people. Turns out this was a gift from Beerus himself. He just didn't want to make it himself. And yeah, so Frieza's alive again, not having to use the Dragon Balls. And I'm not sure whether this is a good thing or not. It's a risky move, but maybe Beerus will go back to sleep and Frieza will be the de facto god of destruction. Maybe it's like that, because Goku goes, well, I'm just gonna beat you up again. It's gonna become a superhero, super villain friendship. One cannot live without the other. They'll find a way to make it work. And oh yeah, it turns out that the Zenos knew that the universes would be restored after all, because it turns out that if somebody made a selfish wish, they'd have just erased everybody. Yeah, I knew those little scallywags would have done an about face and changed the rules again. This all culminates with Goku promising to meet the Zenos again and just have a good time with the ultimate fist bump, and then we get the credits and the theme tune playing out. The narrator chimes in saying peace has been restored, everyone goes back to their daily lives, and we get some snapshots of what people are up to. But one thing that we do know, and we get a little bit more of, is 17 gets his cruise after all, so yay, good on him! And then Pan whacks Vegeta on the forehead! Oh, that's great. I'm glad to see that Pan was still remembered and not forgotten. We get a shot of Frieza's empire restored once more, and Frieza's at the helm thinking, oh, I'm going to enjoy this right now. But then we cut back to Earth saying Goku cannot actually get to Ultra Instinct anymore, and Vegeta's like, oh yeah? Well, I'll find a new power of my own! Where is this taking place? The same place they did when they fought last time, their old stomping grounds. And they're doing their old fighting stances. It's a really nice moment to end out the series, and yeah, we're done, guys. I knew this episode was going to be rushed before we even saw this happening, because there's just too much to actually condense into this thing. We didn't get any real conclusion with Beerus, or any kind of like shaking hands with Goku saying, you did good, I'm actually really impressed, you probably could beat me. Or just some kind of goodbye or signing off on that whole Goku-Beerus relationship that was started at the beginning. That was a bit sad. I'm sad that we didn't get to see that. I still enjoyed the episode, and it did tick most of the boxes, but there were just a couple of things that really didn't sit well with me. But it was only just a couple of things. I'm going to save most of my thoughts for my upcoming super detailed video, probably coming on Tuesday, but it was an alright way to end things. It was beautifully made, and it did satisfy most of my desires to finish things out, and Jiren getting proper character development, that was good, that he can actually improve. So what now? What do we do on this slot? Well, it's time to go back to the beginning, because I never reviewed the 26 episodes of Super that started it, so let's just go do that. But anyway, that was my review for Dragon Ball Super episode 131, Tune in next time for my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 1. Until then, be sure to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for being with me these last 2 years. And I hope we can continue this for a few more months. Thank you for watching, and catch you later. Roll with the fan art.